personal brand is simply putting a face to your work. You could be building a business, a career. Personal brand and content creator, they're not the same. A content creator is someone who creates something to entertain people or educate people. But a personal brand is someone who puts the face to the business they are in. A content creator is someone who's looking at gaining followers. But a personal brand builds distribution for their business. After a point in time, your talent and skill set is all the same. For example, let's say you are in a corporate for 15, 20 years. And after 20 years, everybody is skilled, everybody is talented. So you eliminate competition through visibility because everybody's got leadership, everybody's got talent, everybody's got skill. So what's the difference? Brand is simply perception of value. Everybody adds value, but how do you let others perceive it? Because you will have to take conscious efforts for others to perceive the value that you offer. That's how you build a personal brand. I believe that the inner work is 90% and establishing is just 10% of it. So you work on yourself. How you see yourself is how eventually the world will see you. If you see yourself as a mediocre person, even the skills that you learn, whatever goes into you, is going to keep you mediocre because you're not going to acquire a lot of skills.
Hello everyone, welcome to one more episode of Pooja's Talk Show, and today we have a very special guest with us. Today we have a personal branding strategist of India. He is a biggest coach in personal branding space, and he is a TEDx talk speaker. He's a keynote speaker. He trained more than 50,000 people and so many things. He helped people to become a brand. He says that personal brand is all about 90% of people and 10% of branding. So if you interested to know about personal branding, if you want to know more about personal branding, don't miss this episode. This is gonna very amazing episode, and I'll see you afterwards.
So, hello Sudarshan, thank you for joining Pooja's talk show. So, how are you feeling? कैसा लग रहा है आपको?
First of all, thank you so much, Pooja, for inviting me. This is a real honor to be invited by you. I'm doing great. How are you doing?
I'm doing really, really awesome. So, Sudarshan, the personal branding, it's like most trending word nowadays. Everyone is talking about personal branding. Every second person, I think, whoever is there, whatever industry they belong, everybody is talking about personal brand. Without, and so many people have confusion. What is this personal brand actually? Most of the time people think just posting on social media is personal brand, just becoming an influencer is personal brand. So let's start with this question, like, what is the difference between brand and personal brand? Is it same or it is different?
Excellent. A personal brand is simply putting a face to your work. You could be building a business, a career. If you can put a face to it, then you are a personal brand. Because people today confuse between personal brand and content creator. They're not the same. A content creator is someone who is creating content, who creates something to entertain people or educate people. But a personal brand is someone who puts a face to the business they are in. So, for example, a content creator is someone who's looking at gaining followers because they need distribution for themselves. But a personal brand builds distribution for their business, not for themselves. A content creator is more of a celebrity, right? They're like, hey, look at me. Hey, look at how beautiful I am. Look at how intelligent I am. Hey, look at how great I am, right? It's all about themselves. But a personal brand is more of when the personal brand is someone who talks about something that they stand for. Hey, look at this. Hey, look at this idea. Hey, look at this business. Look at this. Look at these people, right? So basically, a celebrity is someone who's in the spotlight. A personal brand is the spotlight. They put the spotlight on something else, something that they're building. Now, I believe as human beings, our basic intention will be to build something that would outlive us. Now, why do we have children? Legacy, right? Why do we build businesses? Legacy, right? Why do we author books? Legacy. We want to leave something behind. Why do we create wealth for our children? Legacy. We do a lot of things so that that which we build will outlive us. So if we keep talking about ourselves, we are going to be dead and gone. Everyone, you, me, and everybody who is listening to this podcast is going to be dead and gone someday.
Right.
So if we are all going to be gone, what's the point in talking about ourselves? We'll have to talk about something that we are building, right? So
Hmm.
if you talk about something that you're building that will outlive you, then you are a personal brand. And today, people believe more in personal brands than in brands because people believe more in people naturally,
Hmm.
right? There was a time when people used to believe in big logos and big buildings, right? If the building is big and a lot of people work there, they thought that it's a good company. But
Hmm.
today, people want to know who is behind that company, who's running that company, and they want to connect and relate with that person. If they like the person, if they can relate with the person, then they think about buying from the company. So that's how the world is changing today. 10 years ago, if you had asked me if we need a personal brand, I would have said no because the market did not ask for it. But today, market asks for it. Today, market wants to know who is behind the brand. So today, building a personal brand is the order of the day. And that's why when you started the program, you said you've been hearing about personal branding a lot because today people need it. And that's why you are hearing about it a lot.
Right. So suppose somebody is building brand or businesses or some services. So okay, I get it. Like for them, it's necessary. So because people want to connect with the the face behind that logo. But what about working professionals who are not building anything? They are working for somebody. So why is it necessary for them also building a personal brand?
Depending on which stage of work you are in. For example, if you are someone in the senior level of job, you need a personal brand because there are two kinds of employees, especially senior employees, right? People who have done a lot of work. After a point in time, your talent and skill set is all the same. For example, let's say you are in a corporate for 15, 20 years. And after
Hmm.
20 years, everybody is skilled, everybody is talented,
Yeah.
right? So you eliminate competition through visibility because everybody's got leadership, everybody's got talent, everybody's got skill. So what's the difference? Influence is the difference. You have to build your influence, but a social media following cannot just build your influence inside the company. So you need something else, right? And that is why people author books. People become visible. People go on speaking circuits, go out to events, do panel discussions. Why do you think people do it? Because they want to be visible and show their influence to the world. And more influential they are, the faster they climb the ladder in senior level in their office. Because people follow people who are influential when it's senior level. Before that, in junior level, it's all talent and skills. You will have to grow with your talent and skills. But once you've already crossed that threshold, I think you need influence. And there are two kinds of employees. The first kind of employee is someone who is proud that they're working in a company. Hey, I work in so and so company. The company is a big company and I work there, right? That's the pride that they get from working in a company. There is one more type of employee where the company is proud that the person is working with that company. No, you know that person is working for us, right? That person who has authored 5 books is working for us,
Hmm.
right? That is a personal brand, and I know for a fact that when a company is proud about you, they cannot let you go.
Yeah.
They are stuck with you, obviously. So and they pay you more than what they pay to your counterparts. So that's why, as an employee, you need a personal brand.
Yeah, I think like you'll become irreplaceable at your place when you have a strong influence and personal brand. And when people came to, I think because of personal brand, the people or the leadership, whoever sitting on there, they know that what value you are adding. And your value addition is visible because of personal brand, which might be, the regular work or regular time they are not able to observe, but because of that, they can observe, so that is a visibility
Exactly.
leads us in the working profession. So
Very
the
nicely put. In
as
fact, you rightly said, you use the word perception, right? Brand is simply perception of value, right? Everybody adds value, but how do you let others perceive it? Because
yeah,
you will have to take conscious efforts to perceive, for others to perceive the value that you offer. So that
yeah.
is actual branding. That's what you do. That's how you build a personal brand. You let others perceive your value through conscious efforts.
Yes, absolutely true. So Sudarshan, like if somebody wants to start consciously building their personal brand, then what are the things they need to work? Is it only about start from online, or something inside we need to work? So what is a step we need to start working for?
That's a good one. No, start working on yourself. That's the first thing that you can work on, because you cannot document what is not there. You have to be someone to showcase as that person, right?
Hmm.
So it's not, a brand is not built online. A brand is established online. It is built offline when nobody's watching, right?
Right.
A brand is built when nobody's watching, in silence, no, within four walls. It is built. So you will have to work on yourself. I believe that the inner work is 90%, and establishing is just 10% of it. So you work on yourself. How you see yourself is how eventually the world will see you. If you can't see greatness in you, the greatness in you won't manifest. It won't show outside. So if you can't see how good you are at something, you will not be able to show it to others in the world. So I would suggest that you will have to work on yourself. Go inward. Ask yourself what you're good at, what you do. Is what you're doing already adding value to people around you? If everything is happening, then start documenting your content. I'll give you an example. I started my career as an entrepreneur in 2012. Right? I've never been to a job. I finished my UG in 2012 and I started my business. And since then, from 2012, I started documenting my content in the year 2021. So it was already 9 years inside my career, and then I started my documentation online. I grew very fast on social media. I went from almost 300 followers to now I have around 700,000 followers across platforms. And this has taken less than 5 years, less than 3, 4, 5 years, right? And this is pretty quick. But what people should look at is the past 9 years. The becoming took 9 years. Documentation is very easy, right?
Right.
I started documenting a lot of case studies, a lot of proofs, a lot of testimonials. I know these people because they've already worked with me. They vouched for me online.
Hmm.
So others vouching for me added even more credibility. So because visibility is different, credibility is different, obviously. Visibility is being visible. You talking about yourself. Credibility is others talking about you, right? So when others talk about you, your credibility raises like anything. And so the first 9 years is what I would call my brand building phase. The 5 years after that is brand establishing phase, which is very easy. Anybody can do it.
Right, absolutely. So, Sudarshan, you're talking about like we need to do inner work, if we want to build our personal brand. So, like I do train people on communication skills, on personality, on the mindset, these all things. So, as it's my profession, so I always, that uh, you can say that advertise it and always talk about it. But as you are into a different industry, so I want to know from you, I to my audience, like really these things matters, like whatever, even though we are building a personal brand or whatever work we are doing, does communication skills matters? Does the way you behave with people, the way you meet with people, or the way you show up, these all things really matters in our life? What do you think?
They do matter, but let me put it this way. Skills are acquired, right? They're acquired. But to acquire skills, you have to be someone even before you acquire skills. Because if you see yourself as a mediocre person,
Hmm.
even the skills that you learn, whatever goes into you is going to keep you mediocre, because you're not going to acquire a lot of skills because you see yourself as mediocre, right? But
Hmm.
if you see yourself as an amazing person, as someone who's worthy of greatness, then when you acquire skills, you acquire a lot more skills than what others would do in the same class. For example, let's say there is a classroom with 50 students and one teacher. The teacher is the same. The teacher teaches the same, and 50 students acquire it in 50 different ways. And the learning of 50 different students is in 50 different ways, right?
Yeah.
So that no two students are the same. It depends on what they think about themselves. For example, if a student thinks that, hey, I am worthy of greatness, I'm going to be number one in this classroom, he or she is going to be number one because they already believe so. Right? It starts with a belief. It does not start with what they already do. It starts with the belief, and then they bring it to real life, right? So the same goes with adults too, for us too. If we can't see ourselves as a person worthy of greatness, it is very difficult for us to acquire skills. And the same courses that we take, a lot of people take courses, and the same courses, different results for different people because of this, because of how they see themselves. So the number one goal is to see greatness in you. And then when you take skills, you're going to acquire the most out of those skills because you see greatness in you and you acquire it a great way. And that naturally shows in everything that you do and everything that you become. Now, there is this beautiful saying by Mel Robbins: act as if you already are someone worthy of everything you want in life.
Okay.
Act as if, deliberately, intentionally. Right? And then once you start acting, anything that you learn, anything that you do, anything that you become is all going to be in line to what you act as.
So is it like fake it until you make it?
I'm saying live it until you make it, not fake it until you make it. You can't fake greatness. I'll give you examples so that you'll know what I'm talking about. Now, let's talk money. Okay, let's say you want to be a millionaire, and when I say act like a millionaire, I'm not saying that you have to live in a big house, spend a lot of money, buy a car. No, I'm not talking about that. A millionaire became a millionaire by keeping promises and gaining a lot of trust from the market. Agreed?
Yes.
Which means we'll have to gain trust by keeping promises. That's the first one. Keep all promises you make, irrespective of the size of the promise. If you're going to promise your child that you're going to buy him or her a chocolate, buy him or her a chocolate. It's a small promise, but that does not matter. It's a promise is a promise is a promise. You keep it. A millionaire adds value wherever they go because value addition is part of their life. It's part of who they are, their identity, right? Because more value they add to the market, more money they make, and that's not the only place they add value. They add value everywhere they are, which means wherever you are, you add value. You think about how can I be of use here? How can I add value here? How can I amplify this place with my value? If you can think that way, you're already thinking in line with being a millionaire. A millionaire respects people. I have a friend who has 300 employees. He remembers the name of all 300 employees. Not kidding. He's so caring. He's so caring. He loves people, and he just cares for everybody around him. And that's why he's a multi-millionaire. And if you can care for people, you become a multi-millionaire. So that's in line with being a millionaire. So if you can do these things consistently, you being a millionaire is only a byproduct of you being a millionaire already, because you're already acting like a millionaire, right?
Right.
So you just lack money. Everything else is already in line, which means money also must fall in line.
I think
right?
this one is
So you're not faking it.
I think this is really beautiful message. Sorry for the interruption. So, because, most of the time I heard people talking about visualization, manifestation, and all those things, just start manifesting, I'm earning this crore rupees or something like that. But, it's never, my mind never, aligned with that. Like, how come it is possible? I'm not earning that much. How come it is possible? But whatever you are saying, it's really really possible. We can do these all things, just whatever commitment we are making, we can keep our promises. Wherever we are going, we just need to know that we have to add value whenever we are giving. And I think, as you said, just only money is left out. Everything, you are acquiring the trait of millionaire. So very very well said. I just love this, whatever you said.
Thank you so much. I think that's how you can be a brand too. Anything that you do, if it falls in line with being a brand, you being a brand and a lot of people knowing you for the good deeds you do is only a byproduct of it. So you don't have to chase followers. You don't have to chase readers. You don't have to chase anyone. Just live like it. Just be it. And everything else will fall in line.
Right. So, but Sudarshan, nowadays, everyone is chasing followers. If you don't have followers, people think you don't do anything or something like that. So how we can, we are into the social media crisis nowadays. Even sometimes I also have doubt, even though I did, means I feel proud of myself. I don't know how I reached out to those people like Shiv Kheda sir, Avi Arya sir. These all people came into my show when even though till now also I don't have followers, so much followers, but still I reached out to people and they say yes to me. So I feel sometimes, the lack, like why I'm not getting follower. Is it I'm lacking some? This self doubt comes in the picture, and like me, so many other people who are doing things but not able to gain followers or something. Sometimes their mind, there is a constant fight between them and their mindset. So for them, what message you want to give? Like they should do
Okay,
the self doubt, or what action they should take?
good one. First of all, um, though I'm in the personal branding industry, I believe that the best place to be in is to be wealthy and anonymous. Have accumulate wealth, but be anonymous. Right? That's the
Okay.
best place to be in. But in today's world, in the social media world, in this world where we actually have to put our face out, being entirely anonymous is not possible. So you need some presence online.
Hmm.
And some when I say some presence, it does not mean random presence. It is presence, which
Hmm.
means having a million followers is one thing. Having 1,000 real people who can buy from you is another.
Hmm.
Right? So your goal is to get 1,000 people who will eventually become your customers. And retaining this 1,000 people itself is enough for you to create a multi-million dollar empire.
Hmm.
It's not a huge deal. 1,000 people can refer 1,000 more people. That simple. If you're really adding value to these 1,000 people, right? So you don't need a million followers. You need people who can eventually buy from you. Targeted real audience, which
Okay.
means random followers are worthless. Are worthless. Underline worthless, right?
Hmm.
So you don't need a lot of people to follow you. You need the right people to follow you. So
Okay.
if people judge you for not having a lot of followers,
Hmm.
those people who judge you, look at them, look at where they are in life. If they are not where you want to be in life, don't listen to them,
Hmm. Right.
right?
Wow.
Because
Amazing.
I worked with a lot of high net worth and ultra high net worth individuals. I worked with at least 10 billionaires, right? Until now. I'm basically friends with them. No, you can call them and talk to them. And these people never judge you by the number of followers you have. Never. They
Okay.
don't care. They just care how much value you can add for them and what they can do for you. That's it. It's all straightforward, right? And once they know that you're valuable, they put you in touch with everybody they know. They're so giving. People who are actually accomplished in life are very giving. That's something that I figured out. And I figured that they did not become giving after they become accomplished. They were giving, and that's why they became accomplished. So
True.
um, if that can happen, if these people who matter don't care about the number of followers you have, they only care about how much value you create and what you can do for them and what they can do for you. It's as simple as that. If people judge you for the number of followers you have, let them judge and let them go ahead. You go ahead with doing your work and grow in life.
Yeah, absolutely true. So if someone, like, suppose starting doing their business or whatever services, and they want to build their strong personal brand, so what are some common steps? Anyhow, it is a very long process. We cannot, discuss here. It is not possible also in short span of time. But any little idea to that person, whoever watching us first time and want to build their personal brand, so, what are the 4 to 5 steps so that they can start building their personal brand?
Beautiful. Work on yourself first of all. That's the first step. Become a person worthy of being a brand. That's the first one. Two, do a lot of work in a specific industry that you already have a lot of trust and have produced results. Do a lot of work in a specific industry. Document the work you do online. Start by documenting. Don't even create content. Talk about what you did today, or last week, or last month. Talk about something that actually happened, and the way you added value to your customers, the way you spoke to your customers, something that happened with your team. Talk about that online. Document it online, so that over a period of time, the real person that you are will be online, because it's so authentic, right? Whatever you do when you document it online, it's so real, and people start falling in love with the authenticity in you, and that amplifies over a period of time. And to for that to amplify, you will have to be consistent. And so you have to work on your personal systems to be consistent. I started creating content on LinkedIn on April 1st of 2021. And till today, which is 28th of April 2026, which means 5 years and 28 days, I've been consistent every single day in creating content without a single day's break. Every single day, I've been out there on LinkedIn. Today, I have like almost 120K followers, but people look at the 120K, but they forget the 5 years and 28 days,
Right.
right? But I focus on the 5 years and 28 days. 120K followers does not matter to me. That's just vanity metrics. The real metric is 5 years and 28 days. So focus on what's real. Focus on the real systems and metrics and discipline, so that you can put things in perspective. Um, I don't care if someone gets 100,000 followers in 10 days. I don't care, because I know that I have personal systems, and those systems have brought me here in life. And I know for a fact that these systems will take me to a far more greater place in life, because my systems are already in place. You can build a huge empire over systems, be it personal systems or business systems. Empires are built over systems,
Right.
right? So that's the third one. And understand social media, a bit of social media. You don't have to be a social media expert to create a personal brand.
Okay.
You just have to add value and understand a bit of it. Know how each platform works. Don't do what does not work on that platform. For example, if you create a lot of videos on LinkedIn, it's not going to work as much as it works on YouTube, obviously.
Hmm.
Right? YouTube is a platform for videos. So if you're making videos, put it on YouTube. If you're making short form videos, put it on Instagram and Shorts. If you're good at writing, use Twitter or LinkedIn. So figure out how that platform works and do it on that platform. And you don't need more knowledge than this. This is enough to start with. Eventually, you'll figure things out. People who are consistent, for them, things will automatically fall in line. Right? Because if you're going to be on LinkedIn every single day, you're going to see some posts on LinkedIn and understand how LinkedIn works. And if you understand how LinkedIn works, in 3 or 4 months down the line, you know what's to be written on LinkedIn and how it is supposed to be written on LinkedIn, how profile is supposed to be optimized. You will know it and you will naturally do it. But the goal is to be out there. You have to be on LinkedIn for 1 month to do it. And most people will not be consistent for 1 to 3 months consistently every single day. Most people give up in 10 days. Some people in less than a month. Very few people, very, very few people will be consistent for over 3 months. 100 days, right? 100 days is a very nice time to be consistent. Very few people, 1%, 2% people will be consistent for 100 days. And if someone can do that, everything else will fall in place.
Right. So what does success means to you?
Success is very generic. Success is a term that, now for me, I believe from where I come from and where I am today, I didn't even know that this was possible for me. Right? I was born in a very normal family. Basically, I come from a poor background. So when I look at success, this whatever I dreamt of 10, 15 years ago is I already have it. So I'm so grateful for what I have. And whatever I get after this, whatever I get to do after this is only a bonus. Right?
Okay.
Everything that I dreamt of, I already have. And I'm in a place where I've never been this grateful in life. Right? I'm so grateful for what I have and who I am, what I'm able to do, how I'm able to build a team, how I'm able to serve people around me. And this is a beautiful place for me. And if I can hold on to this gratitude forever, that is success to me. If I can hold on to the way I feel today, right? If I can be in the same feeling, because I really, really love the feeling that I am in today. So if I can have the same feeling forever, then that is success to me.
Wow, that's really, really amazing. So it was amazing session, Sudarshan. It's like short and crisp session, but definitely someday I want to sit with you and record my offline sessions, and definitely one day it's gonna happen. So jate jate, like one or two questions. The first question, which most of the time my audience asks me to ask my guests, so that's what I'm asking. Why you said yes to me?
First of all, no, I have this one criteria for people who I do podcast with. 99% of podcasts do not cross the 21st episode.
Okay.
Right? If you cross 21 episodes, you belong to the top 1% podcast in the world.
Okay.
and
Is
you
it?
crossed 21 episodes. That's one of the reasons why I said yes.
Okay.
Um, I even made a post about it. I don't do podcasts with people who have not crossed 21 episodes because most people will never cross 21 episodes.
Okay.
Yep. So you're consistent. I don't care about the number of followers you have. I don't care about, like I said, I don't care about anything vanity material. Anything that's vanity, I don't care about it. But you are consistent. You're doing it over and over and over and over again. Now I call it dancing until it rains, and I love people who dance until it rains. Right? You don't care whether it's working for you now or not, but you know that it will work someday, and you're going to keep dancing until the day it works. Right?
Yeah.
And I love that attitude in people, and I see you as one of them. So, and that is why I said
Thank you
yes.
so much. Thank you so much. I do because this thing has changed my life. I don't know how much benefit it is for audience, but I got my career because of this. So I just love doing it. So just last question, any feedback which you want to give for us, so for so that we can improve or we can improvise something. So love to know about it.
Pooja, you're doing a very good job. Take this offline. Take this offline. Bring people offline and talk to them offline. Get a sponsor. Increase the budget. Bring people,
Okay.
fly people to your studio. Get this done in your studio so that you have the potential to do this much bigger. I
Yeah.
think you're playing small by doing this online. Don't play small. Play big.
Yeah, I started doing offline also. So many because of the place restriction. I have some restriction, but at least I have started doing offline as well. So whenever it's possible, I travel and I call my guests. So yeah, but online also I do it. But yes, I started doing it.
Beautiful. Nicely done.
Yeah, thank you so much, Sudarshan. It was really, really amazing talking to you. And as you said, it is totally a worth and value added session. I learned so many new things today. So thank you so much for that. And we'll love to see you in the next offline session.
If it's offline, do let me know, and I'll try to make it. So thank you so much for inviting me to this podcast. This means a lot to me.
Sure. Thank you so much.
So friends, how you like our episode? I hope कि आपको हमारा आज का एपिसोड पसंद आया होगा. एंड आप अगर पर्सनल ब्रांडिंग में इंटरेस्ट रखते हैं तो पर्सनल ब्रांडिंग से रिलेटेड एक और एपिसोड है हमारा मनीष पिलानी के साथ, जो आप जरूर देख सकते हैं. एंड अब आपको 3 चीजें करनी है. अगर आप हमारे चैनल पे नए हैं तो सबसे पहले हमें सब्सक्राइब कर लीजिए, और आपको हमारा कंटेंट कैसा लगा और आप किससे मिलना चाहते हैं वो हमें ज़रूर बताएं. सो प्लीज़ डू राइट योर कमेंट्स. एंड तीसरा, अगर आपको लगता है कि आज की हमारी कॉन्वर्सेशन किसी की हेल्प कर सकती है, सो प्लीज़ डू शेयर दिस एपिसोड वन ऑफ योर फ्रेंड. एंड तब तक के लिए कीप वॉचिंग पूजा स्टॉक शो टू इंस्पायर टू इम्पैक्ट.